Nobody's coming to save you. There's no rescue team, no magic moment that will turn everything around. If you want success, you have to take it every single day. You have to outwork everyone around you. But what happens when you feel like giving up? What happens when the world tells you you can't do it? Are you going to wait for someone to save you, or are you going to rise and show the world what you're made of? Ain't nobody coming to rescue you. Listen, man, nobody's coming to pick you up off the couch and say, hey, it's your time to shine. Life ain't a superhero movie. If you want something, you got to get up, get out, and go get it. You got to be your own hero. Look, I know it sounds harsh, but it's true. Ain't nobody coming to save you. No one's going to knock on your door with a magic solution or a golden opportunity. We grow up with this idea that if things get tough, somebody's going to swoop in and save the day. But life doesn't work like that. And the sooner we accept it, the sooner we can start creating the life we want. See, a lot of us sit around waiting for that big break, waiting for someone to notice our potential, waiting for circumstances to magically change. Maybe it's waiting for someone to tell you, hey, you've got what it takes. Newsflash, you might wait your whole life if that's your strategy. Nobody is more invested in your dreams, your goals, and your success than you. If you want something, you got to get up, get out, and go make it happen. Now, this isn't about being negative, it's about empowerment. Because if no one's coming to save you, that means you have the power to save yourself. You get to be the hero in your own story. You don't need a rescue team when you learn how to build the ladder yourself. Think about your daily life. When you hit the snooze button instead of getting up to work on your goals, you're delaying your own progress. When you put off that workout, that study session, that project, nobody else loses out but you. Nobody's going to show up and do those reps for you. Nobody's going to walk into that job interview for you. You control your effort, your commitment, your hustle. But here's the good news. If it's on you, that means you control it. That means you can change it, improve it, grow it. The power isn't in waiting for someone else. It's in you deciding right now, today, that you're going to outwork everyone, that you're going to take ownership of your own journey. When you realize that nobody's coming to save you, it stops being a burden and starts being a blessing. Because now you know you don't need saving. You need to suit up, show up, and outwork everyone. The hero you've been waiting for has been looking back at you in the mirror all along. Excuses? I don't want to hear it. Oh, but Kev, life ain't fair. You're right, it's not fair, but sitting there complaining isn't going to make it any better. If you want something, you got to put in that work. You got to outwork everybody, even that dude who already thinks he's the best. Let's be real. Everybody has excuses. We all have reasons why we couldn't do this or didn't do that. But here's the truth. Excuses don't change anything. They don't push you forward. They hold you back. If you're serious about your goals, you've got to stop leaning on excuses and start leaning into effort. See, we live in a world where it's easy to blame our circumstances. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I don't have support. Life's just not fair. Look, life is never going to be fair. There will always be reasons you could give up. But if you focus on those, you'll stay exactly where you are. The truth is, nobody cares about the reasons why you didn't do it. Results speak louder than excuses. Think about your daily life. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I can't because of this or that? Every time you do that, you're giving yourself an out, an escape from accountability. Imagine if instead of giving yourself a way out, you gave yourself a way forward. What if instead of saying, I don't have time, you said, how can I make time? What if you flipped that script? Look, I get it. Life gets tough. There are days you don't feel motivated when everything feels like it's working against you. But that's when you have to double down. That's when you have to push through. Because here's the thing. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. What separates the people who achieve from the people who don't is their willingness to keep going when it's hard, to outwork everyone when excuses feel justified. Instead of giving in to excuses, try using them as motivation. If you say, I don't have support, use that to fuel you. Show yourself and everyone else that you can do it anyway. If you think, I don't have time, challenge yourself to make the time. Wake up earlier, stay up later, cut out distractions, whatever it takes. Excuses will always be there, waiting to catch you when you slip. But guess what? So will opportunity. Every day you get a chance to choose, are you going to grab hold of that opportunity or are you going to fall back on those excuses? At the end of the day, nobody else is responsible for your progress but you. So the next time an excuse creeps in, remember this. It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you will do, regardless. Hard work don't have a shortcut. There's no cheat code, no fast pass, no elevator to success, man. If you want it, you got to take the stairs, every step, every floor. That grind is lonely, but that grind is necessary. Listen, everybody wants to succeed, but not everybody wants to work for it. We live in a world where people want quick fixes, instant results, and overnight success. They want the reward without the grind. But here's the hard truth. Hard work doesn't have a shortcut. Not now, not ever. If you look at anyone who's truly successful, anyone you admire for what they've accomplished, I guarantee you they didn't just get lucky. They didn't stumble into success or find a magic shortcut. They put in work, consistent, relentless, sometimes exhausting work, and if you want to get to where they are, you have to be willing to do the same. Think about your daily life. It's tempting to look for shortcuts. Maybe you try to cut corners on a project, rush through a workout, or look for hacks to save time. But deep down, you know that the quality of your effort determines the quality of your results. If you half step, you're going to get half the results. You can't skip steps and expect to win. This isn't just about big goals either. It applies to the small, everyday things. You want to get healthier? There's no magic pill. You have to put in the work day by day. You want to start a business? There's no get-rich-quick plan that's sustainable. It's long nights, hard days, and pushing through when others give up. The staircase to success doesn't have an elevator. You have to take each step one by one. And here's the thing, each of those steps makes you stronger. Every time you show up, every time you push through discomfort, you're building something that can't be taken from you. Shortcuts might give you a taste of success, but they won't give you the strength to hold on to it. When you embrace the grind, when you accept that hard work is necessary, not just nice, something changes. You stop looking for easy and you start looking for possible. You stop waiting for motivation and start relying on discipline, and that's when progress happens. So when you feel like giving up, when you're tempted to find the easier way, remember this: the grind is what separates the dreamers from the doers. The people who achieve big things aren't the ones who found shortcuts. They're the ones who kept pushing, kept climbing, step by step until they reached the top. Put in the work, because that's the only way you get what you truly deserve. Use doubt as fuel. People are going to doubt you. They're going to say you can't do it. Good. Let them use that as fire. When they think you're done, show up bigger, stronger, louder, outwork everybody so hard they got to change their opinion. Let's get one thing straight. There will always be people who doubt you, people who think you can't do it, that you're not good enough, that your dreams are too big. Sometimes the loudest doubter is the one staring back at you in the mirror. But here's the truth. Doubt doesn't have to stop you. Doubt can drive you. It can be the fuel that keeps you going when nothing else does. Doubt has a way of creeping in at the worst moments, when you're already tired, when you've already faced setbacks, when you're questioning if it's even worth it. But what if, instead of letting doubt slow you down, you used it to speed you up? What if every time someone told you you can't do it, you decided, I'm going to show you that I can? Think about your daily life. How many times have you hesitated because of doubt? Maybe you didn't apply for that job because you thought you weren't qualified. Maybe you didn't take that first step toward your fitness goals because you doubted whether you'd stick to it. Maybe you didn't pursue a passion because someone told you it was unrealistic. Those doubts can either be chains that hold you back or gasoline that sets a fire in you. You get to choose. When people doubt you, it's an opportunity. They don't see what you're capable of, but you can. Doubt doesn't have to be a wall. It can be a spark. It can be that extra push to prove to yourself that you are in control of your future, not someone else's opinion. Every successful person you've heard of has faced doubt. They've had people tell them they couldn't do it, that they weren't good enough, that they'd never make it. But they didn't let that doubt define them. They used it. When people doubt you, it means they don't see what you see. They don't see the work you're willing to put in. They don't see the resilience you have. Let that be your edge. So the next time someone says, I don't think you can do it, smile, let it motivate you, let it remind you that you're chasing something bigger than their opinion. Let it drive you to work harder, to go further, to outwork everyone who ever underestimated you. Doubt is only powerful if you let it be. Flip it, use it, let it push you past what anyone thought possible, including yourself. But bet on yourself. You gotta stop waiting for someone to believe in you more than you believe in you. Nobody's betting their money on your dreams, they betting on theirs. So put your chips on yourself and go all in. If there's one thing I need you to take away from this, it's this: bet on yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to see your potential, to give you permission, or to validate your dreams. It's time to put your chips on you and go all in. A lot of us go through life waiting for someone to give us the green light, waiting for someone to say, hey, you're good enough. We look for approval from our friends, family, coworkers, and even strangers. But here's the truth. Nobody's going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Nobody's going to invest more in your success than you will. And if you're not willing to bet on yourself, why should anyone else? Think about your daily life. How many opportunities have you let slip by because you were afraid of failing? How many times did you play it safe because you were worried about what people might think? Playing it safe might feel comfortable, but it doesn't lead to greatness. Comfort zones are nice, but nothing grows there. If you want to see growth, if you want to see change, you have to be willing to take risks. And that starts with betting on you. Betting on yourself doesn't mean being reckless. It means believing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. It means trusting your ability to adapt, to learn, to grow. It means having the courage to step into the unknown, even when it's scary, because you know deep down that you're capable of more. Here's the thing. If you don't believe in your own potential, you're always going to settle for less than you deserve. You'll take whatever life hands you instead of going after what you really want. But when you bet on yourself, you show up differently. You take action with intention, you go harder, you stay committed because you believe you're worth it. Look at every successful person you admire. They all had moments when nobody believed in them but themselves. They faced doubt, rejection, and failure, but they kept betting on themselves because they knew that if they didn't, no one else would. So start today, invest in yourself, take that risk, make that move. Stop looking for someone else to give you a guarantee. Be your own guarantee. Bet on yourself, because when you do, you take control of your life and your future. If you don't believe in you, why should anyone else? Place the bet and make it count. Be hungry when they're comfortable. When everybody else is chilling, when they think they've made it, that's when you go harder. You work when they sleep, you hustle when they play. That's how you separate yourself from the pack. Let me tell you something real. The work that truly matters is the work you do when nobody's watching. When there's no audience, no applause, no validation. It's just you, your effort, and your goals. That's when the magic happens. A lot of people put on a show when there's someone to impress. They hustle hard when the lights are on, when someone's there to recognize their grind. But when those lights go off, when there's no one around to cheer them on, their effort drops. They slow down. They take their foot off the gas. That's the difference between those who talk about it and those who live it. Think about your daily life. How do you show up when nobody's watching? When there's no one to impress? Do you still give it your all, or do you start cutting corners? Do you put in the extra hours studying, practicing, and perfecting your craft when no one's around to see the sweat and struggle? Because that's where the growth happens. That's where you build character, discipline, and the kind of work ethic that separates you from the rest. The truth is, the world rewards those who are willing to put in work. When it's not convenient, when it's not glamorous, when it's not acknowledged. Anyone can show up when there's a spotlight. Few can keep going when there's only darkness. But that darkness, that's where you outwork everyone. That's where you gain an edge that nobody can take away. Every time you push through the temptation to slack off, every time you stay disciplined when no one would know if you weren't, you're building something powerful, integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. And guess what? Life has a funny way of rewarding that. When opportunities come, when doors open, it's often because of the work you did that nobody else saw. So when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, when it seems pointless because nobody's around to see your effort, keep going. That's where the growth is. That's when you're leveling up in ways that others can't match because they gave up when no one was watching. Outwork everyone, especially when nobody's watching, because that's when you prove to yourself what you're truly made of. When nobody's there to clap for yourself. When nobody's there to push you, push yourself. Be the hardest worker in the room, even when the room is empty. If you quit, you're just proving them right. Think about it. If you quit because it got tough, you're just proving everybody right who said you couldn't do it. Prove them wrong, outwork everybody so that when they think about doubt, they think, dang, I was wrong about them. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'm waiting for the right time, or I'll start when things calm down? Listen, the perfect time doesn't exist. Waiting for everything to line up perfectly is just a fancy way of procrastinating. If you keep waiting, you'll be stuck in the same spot a year from now, wishing you had just started. Life isn't a movie where someone steps in to rescue you, where a magical moment changes everything. You are the hero of your own story. If you want something, if you have a goal, if there's a vision burning inside you, you have to make it happen. Nobody's coming to hand it to you. Think about your daily life. How often do you let fear, doubt, or hesitation hold you back? You might be waiting for the right opportunity, for someone to notice your talent, for the circumstances to be just right. But here's the truth. Most people who make it happen aren't waiting for perfect conditions. They take imperfect action. They step out even when it's uncomfortable. They take risks even when the outcome is uncertain. Waiting often comes from fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But what's scarier, failing or living a life of regret because you never tried? The truth is, if you wait until you're ready, you'll never start. The time to take action is now. Start with what you have where you are. If you don't feel ready, that's okay. Start anyway. If you don't have all the answers, learn along the way. If the road ahead looks uncertain, take the first step and make adjustments as you go. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Every day you wait is a day you could have been making progress. You don't have to make a giant leap today. Just take a small step. Those small steps add up. They build momentum. They create habits. Before you know it, you're further than you ever imagined, all because you stopped waiting and started doing. So stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Decide today that you're going to make it happen. No more excuses, no more delays. The only person who can change your life is you, and the only time to start is now. You've heard it, nobody's coming to save you. The path to success isn't easy, but it's yours for the taking. If you outwork everyone, if you push harder than anyone else, you will be the one who rises above. So what's it going to be? Are you waiting for someone to hand you success, or are you going to put in the work? The answer is in your hands. Drop a comment below. I want to hear how you plan to outwork everyone. What's the one thing you're going to do today to move forward? Let me know. And if you're ready to take your hustle to the next level, don't stop here. Check out the next video in this playlist. It's packed with strategies to help you keep pushing, keep growing, and outwork everyone in your path. You're one click away from the next step in your journey.